Mike, you're an actor-manager in the old tradition, actually, I think, from what I've seen of your work. How do you keep those two things in balance? Is that difficult for you as an artist and as the manager of a theatre?
Well, yeah, it is difficult. It's very difficult running an independent theatre in this town. But that's how it is. That's the nitty-gritty. I think it's not for nothing, though. Like, I was on tour as a young actor, theatre maker, and I ended up performing a lot in this town, and I made a lot of friends, and then finally we were hired by the Dutch government, because that was the period when the Dutch government was hiring foreign artists. We're talking about like 25, 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. There was a massive period of hiring of foreign artists, and I was hired to work as a theatre maker on the community in the community theatre sense. So you know, we had a theatre company, we were touring, and gradually we developed a community theatre from the fact that we wanted to make plays that were about the things that burned us up, the things that we cared about, and the things that the people cared about. And you've got to stick up for the minorities, and you've got to stick up for the people who are on the lower edge of society. I think that what's so interesting about your festival, and why I support you totally, is because I think you are supporting a real fringe idea. And what is the fringe idea? The fringe idea is that people feel out of a necessity they want to create something. Like, I'm an actor, I'm a theatre maker, or whatever, and I think, God, I want to make a play about the fact that old people are in desperate isolation and in poverty, and that no one cares. So let's make a play about loneliness of old people, for example. Now, you're going to have problems if you're not within the strict Dutch culture, because you're going to come from another point of English speaking, which will put you immediately in a different class. And I'll say quite clearly, you'll become a second-class artist because you're not within the Dutch cultural majority as such. Now, that's been our problem for about 25, 30 years, but it's not a problem. It's also, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So all these years of running a theatre with hardly any money has made us extremely good at survival. So now this wonderful Free Fringe Festival is coming to us, and we're saying, great, these are the people we want to support because they're doing the right thing. They're trying to make theatre and music and art without any concessions. And they're not being subsidized to do this. They're doing it completely off their own bat. Now, I think that reminds me of how it was when I was a young theatre maker. We went to Edinburgh Festival. We didn't have any money. We were bloody good. And we had to rent a theatre ourselves. And we did it because we wanted to show people that we were theatre makers. And we had points that we wanted to make. And it worked. We did. We got work from it. And then we toured all over the place. So the Fringe is like a window, like a shop window. A wonderful shop window for I think, international artists who are living and working in this wonderful town of Amsterdam.
That's it. But the cart's before the horse in lots of cases, because a lot of people are making theatre because they have a subsidy or because it's their profession, rather than that they're burning up, as you say, to make a particular play.
I think that there's definitely a whole discussion right now in Amsterdam about the role of the international artists and the role of the international.
It's difficult to figure out how to support. I can understand that it's difficult to know how to support the grassroots culture, if you like. It's hard to know how to support it, because if you just bung a lot of money at it, you don't necessarily suddenly get great art.
No, I completely throwing money from like a spaceship that's traveling around over Amsterdam, and let's put some money down there and create art, you know, boom. Oh, money gone, nothing happened, people still unhappy. You know, like, but if you look into the communities in Amsterdam, there are lots of wonderful locations like our place where they have massive audiences who come to see things. They have a massive function, and that I think that's something that we have to look at seriously. But I think that right now there's a whole area when people want to support the I would call it international artists who are trying to show that they also have very interesting viewpoints on what's going on in the society. What's going on?
I think this is an idea as well that's interesting to people from outside the Netherlands.
Exactly.
And has in the past and will in the future, again, I hope, bring artists here from from other countries who are attracted by that idea and that sense of freedom, and the sense that this festival is run by artists rather than
administrators.
Yeah.
No, I think the whole thing of a Fringe festival is usually about the artists and the locations. It's not about the administrators. But unfortunately, the administrators are the ones who get onto the paycheck, and the artists are usually given half a beer and a broken sandwich.
Yeah. Anyway, but we're singing from the same hymn sheet. We should be giving the other point of view, and
Do you want to sing?
we want to have a proper discussion about this here at the Badhuistheater on the 2nd of September, which is a Friday. We're having a showcase here. There's going to be performances, some very good quality dance performances, some Irish theatre, new writing, some music, and some drinks and some chat about all this. And we want people to come, especially if they disagree with the things that we've been talking about or have something to add to that discussion, right? Oh yeah, and you can find information here in the wonderful Amsterdam Alternative magazine, which is creating a focus for the scene in Amsterdam. Ta-da! And we have a big spread, and all information, of course, is also available on the website freefringefestivalamsterdam.com. Check it out.
So speaking of Free Fringe Festival Amsterdam, here's Sam to tell us all about it.
Well, what do you want to know? I mean, Free Fringe Festival Amsterdam has been going for 5 years. I have to say that it's not really my festival or FEA's festival or Sin Sin Collective's festival, but it's actually Amsterdam's festival. It belongs to Amsterdam and the things that are happening and bubbling up in Amsterdam every year. There's a crazy, mad, vibrant artistic scene here, and this is a celebration of that.